Hello! So what is it like working inside of a Mormon temple? First thing, actually, we are not Mormons. We are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Mormon is a nickname that we were given. We are trying to correct people on because there's a lot of misconceptions. So that's kind of the point of this video, is I just want to help with those weird stereotypes and everything and just kind of show you like, hey, this is what this is actually like. So I am a temple worker. Before I explain exactly what it's like working in the temple, I think I need to explain a little bit what is the temple, but not too much, just a little bit. We have temple and church. These are both two different things. Church is the place that we go to every Sunday to worship, like other churches. Anyone is welcome, doesn't matter what you're wearing, any faith, come, like worship together, get to know each other. It's a place of community, that is church. Temple is a little bit different. This place is more sacred. What's cool though is both of them are all over the world. You should type into your maps and see how close you are to an LDS church or an LDS temple, and then comment below how close you are. Okay, so this that I'm standing in front of is the Birmingham, Alabama temple. There's only one in Alabama. For the most part, each temple around the world has kind of the same layout. So like walk in, there's usually a waiting room. Anyone can go into the waiting room. Doesn't matter. But then you'll walk further and there will be like this front desk area. And this front desk area is where, if you're trying to visit, you'll be stopped at. Because from this point on, only baptized members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints who hold a recommend. This is what the recommends look like. This is what mine looks like. I have this cute case that has the temple on it. So at the front desk, that's where you'll be stopped if you do not have a current temple recommend. If you do have a temple recommend, this is what you can expect. When you continue on, there will be a dressing room, a men and women's dressing room, separate. This is where we'll change clothes. When you go into the temple, usually people wear nicer clothes like Sunday dress. This is where you'll go to change into your special white clothing. So I said special, but really it's just because you only wear it in the temple, but you can get this clothing from anywhere. It just has to be white. For guys, it's usually just like white pants, white button-up shirt. And then for girls, typically it's floor length. And then like my sleeves come to here, but like long sleeve or whatever. I actually got my temple dress from a Muslim website. I was having a hard time finding like on Amazon modest white dresses. Muslims are beautifully modest. I was like, and so I got mine. I love it, it's so pretty. But yeah, you can get them from anywhere. Anyways, so you'll change in the dressing room, and then there are 3 more sets of rooms. I lied. 4 more sets. So you have the dressing rooms, and then I'll go into what the other more special rooms are. So there's something called the baptistry. This is what it looks like. You can also find all of these online if you go to churchofjesuschrist.org. Link in the description. The baptistry is where you go to perform baptisms for those who have passed on. Don't worry, life continues after death, and that's one of the main points of the temple. So we have the baptistry. Boom. Next, we have something called the initiatory, boom, and also the instruction room. Boom. So these rooms are places where we'll go to receive certain blessings, where certain prayers are said. Very, very sacred. These are both places of learning, hence instruction, to learn more about the covenants that we make in the temple. Covenant is a big word, and I will go into that in a different video later. And then we have something called the celestial room, and the celestial room is kind of like the focal point of the temple. Well, the focal point is Jesus Christ, but the celestial room isn't a place where anything is performed or any specific prayers are given or anything. Just a room where you can go and meditate and just ponder. It's beautifully quiet and very, very reverent in every part of the temple, but especially in the celestial room. Okay, and then we have something called the sealing room. This is where, if you have any friends who have gotten married in the temple, this is where it's done. The sealing room is a place where we believe that husband and wife can be sealed together for not just this life, not just until death we part, but for eternity. Yay! This scares some people. Okay, so that's the temple. That's a basic layout of the temple. What is it like working there? I think I'll first off just say no one in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is paid for what they do. We don't have pastors, piano player, not paid, nothing ever is paid. Same deal with the temple. No one's paid to be here. It's volunteer work. I volunteered to be interviewed to become a temple worker. And so there are schedules, just like say, hey, I can come this day of the month, or maybe this day of the week, or I can come more in the week or something. It's completely individual for the person. There are different schedules and dates for the temple for you to go and work. And it's the same deal with worshiping in the temple. There's no like requirement for working in the temple. We don't go every Sunday. Completely individual for everyone. Same deal with working. I work for first Wednesday and third Wednesday of every month. Something that's like more a part of working when you're there is you're not like teaching anyone. You are more just like guiding people throughout the temple so that they're confused or lost or whatever. This one it's hard to get lost in because it's small, but there are some bigger ones that would be very easy to get lost in. So temple workers are important. In the temple, the women in the temple lead the women. The men in the temple lead the men. So when I go in for a shift or something, I'll meet with the women and we'll go over the day, and this is people who are coming. This is like some instruction, some inspiration. We'll talk more about Jesus Christ and how we can center ourselves more on Jesus Christ throughout our temple worship. Everything in the temple is symbolic of Christ. I look very forward to each of my shifts working at the temple. I think if I had like one word to describe what it's like, I would say healing. It is incredibly healing for anything that I'm going through. Like if I have a relationship problem, or I have questions about school, or like what should I do? Should I make this purchase, or should I go to this, or should I date this person? I go to the temple both to worship and then to work. It just is such a phenomenal place for meditation. It feels separate from the world. When I'm at the temple, it has a very timeless feeling to it. It's hard for me to describe the peace. Legitimately, I'm being completely honest. Working in the temple, it's pretty much the same as worshiping in the temple. I think like you just have shifts, you have coordinators and leaders. There are different roles, but there's no superiority. Everyone is of equal importance. So it's like you'll have the shift leader and you'll have the coordinator, you'll have this person doing this. Basically you get rotated throughout the whole time, and you just are helping people who are coming there that day to worship. There to answer questions, help people know what to do with like the prayers or something. Very, very normal. You're trained when you work there. It's a very cool thing. A lot of people might wonder though, what you like do in the temple. Like what? The temple is where we do our cult things. Kidding, just kidding. We do not do cult things. We're not a cult. The reason why information about the temple seems like very secretive, it's not secret, it's sacred. I looked up the definition in Merriam-Webster, the English dictionary. This is what secret is. It's something that's kept from knowledge or view. The temple is neither kept from knowledge or view. We want people to come to the temple. Any person has the ability to be baptized and to come into the temple. It's not hidden. It's very, very sacred, rather. Definition for sacred is something that is dedicated or set apart for the worship of a deity. Further descriptions are entitled to reverence and respect, and highly valued and important. You could look at it a little bit like information about yourself. Like you have privacy, you have self-respect. You want not everyone, like everyone, to just know everything about your life. No, that's a bad analogy. It's a good analogy. The temple is just a very, very sacred place, and for members of the church, it's incredibly valued and is very, very important to us. We try to minimize how much we talk about the temple outside of the temple, just to make sure that we can keep it in a special place. There's a time and place for certain things, and certain discussion points are meant for the temple. There's no super secret things that we do there. There are just things that are special to that place. Hopefully I answered some questions. If you have more questions, I will attempt to answer them if you comment them. I hope to make more videos. Not all gospel, some just like random. But yeah, so this is the temple. I hope that everyone has a place where they can go to receive the kind of peace that I receive when I come here to worship the God that I love. Thanks for watching. Okay.